My name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I'm reviewing Oud Essentiel by Guerlain. All at once, soft and powerful. This woody, leathery fragrance melds soft notes of rose alongside mysterious notes of leather and incense with subtle alchemy. I love the name alchemy. A unique olfactory encounter between east and west. Doesn't say much on the site. It says, I think it's oud and leather. This is £98 for 120ml. The notes are oud, leather, saffron, frankincense, rose, and cedar. Do we have our bottles of Oud Essentiel by Guerlain? I've engaged with the higher self. Let's get testing. So I am expecting really, really good perfumery. I loved the Oriental Mystiques, I think it was called, something like that. I just had X-Men pop in my head. And the patchouli one, I thought both were outstanding and really amazing. So I'm very excited to see what's happening with this sort of oud creation. Love a different top. Is it plastic? It's plastic. A little metal one would be great. So I kind of love this. It's dark, but light at the same time. Rich, smooth, opulent, and undoubtedly that sort of leathery oud facet to the formulation. Built upon amber woods, which is giving that ambery wood backbone. Smooth, clean, metallic. I love metallic oud fragrances. Smoky through the glackwood. There's lots of ways to make fragrances smoky. Birch tar, rectified. All those sort of like tar, birchy things. They're in one category. And then you have glackwood, which I am aware that I'm pronouncing incorrectly. Glackwood is solid at room temperature. And it's quite difficult to work with, smelly, and it's sticky, really not very pleasant. Don't very much like working with it, but it gives a beautiful, smooth, photonic feel within a formulation. Patchouli, love patchouli. Lots of different types of patchouli, actually. Normal patchouli, light patchouli, extra light patchouli. When they are taken out from as the essential oil, how they're kept, I think it's different types of metal or something. I think that's what it is. Less terpenoid compounds in it. And then you have patchouli heart. And patchouli heart is with supercritical carbon dioxide, and that is very different feeling to it as well. This is light patchouli. I quite like working with dark patchouli, but light patchouli absolutely has its purpose. Cedarwood compounds. This is very woody, not relying on phenyl ethyl alcohol, citronellal to give the rose top note. It has the rose constituents in there, but it isn't rose heavy. I love rose. Rose is one of my most favorite things. Interestingly, you can only get a batch a year because they only produce it yearly. So you have to buy what you think you're going to produce in a year, which if you're an expanding company, that's quite difficult to predict. Such an expensive raw material. When I started, I used to buy 5 and 10 mil, and now I buy litres, and I'm going on to 5 litres of rose. I love rose. It's utilising ambergris-like raw materials, and you have ambroxan, isosuper, credember, timber silk, ambercore. All of these things are within this category. So this is heavily dependent upon the amber-like raw materials and ambergris-like raw materials. Some of the ambergris-like raw materials give weight and substance to a formulation. That's quite an interesting concept, isn't it? That you have a weight behind a formulation. But it's not if you think about it, because if you are dealing with citruses, which are talk about in 2 ways, hedione-based and then isosuper-based. They're not really weighty, are they? They're sort of light and airy. But some of these ambergris-like raw materials give weight and substance to a formulation and make it more sort of animalistic. So this is more animalistic. Velvety as well, velvety smooth, not particularly musk heavy, which if you think you're dealing about ambers, ambergris-like raw materials, ambroxan, patchouli, glackwood, sandalwood, cedarwood, all those things, you kind of really wouldn't want high levels of musk in it because it would be flat to the skin and you wouldn't get radiance. But musks are used in this to give a background feel, give metallic, add to that metallic finish to it. On to my final thoughts. I love this. I think it's brilliant. The price is kind of where these big houses get me. You know, they're making huge amounts. This definitely smells classic, timeless, super wearable, radiant, clean, finished, complete. Perfect, I think, for what it is. So the box is safe, legal, compliant. And when a fragrance is safe, legal, compliant, it means it's uploaded to the EU cosmetic portal with all the information, all the public information file. And in the UK, we have a UK portal as well. And the portal is where you upload all the information. That's where all your legal information goes. The formulation, the public information file, all it goes in the public information file. The stability testing, the microbiology testing, if it is a cosmetic, not a perfume. The safety assessment as well. So all of this information goes together to prove that it's safe, and then your insurance covers it. Without all that information, you wouldn't get insurance. So this is all safe and legal, which means it's safe for you to wear. I kind of love it. Not particularly radiant on my skin, where the other ones were super radiant. This is less radiant. I've been thinking in my head, would I change it? And I love Ouds when they're softened slightly. You can soften a formulation through Lily of the Valley raw materials or the Muscone like raw materials. They have to soften it. And I kind of would love this softened a little bit and made slightly more radiant. So personal, nitpickety. But I do love it. But I do think it sort of has a harshness to it. But there is a place for this sort of thing. I mark it a 9. I think it's really perfect as it is. But I would love it smooth, maybe with some of the wood-like compounds. Really take it Middle Eastern, and the Middle Eastern sort of perfumes are sort of, they generally have more sort of the muscone or the smooth sandalwood like raw materials like the Bangalore, sandal, all those sort of things. I would love to see that in it just to smooth out the corners. But I do think it's super, super fantastic. The occasion I'd wear this for is sort of any occasion. This is a signature scent. I think more suitable for evening, colder weather. I don't think you'd want to wear this in the summer at all. But I think it has a lovely cleanness to it and sharpness and metallic, which is kind of nice, but I'd love to see it sort of softened and smooth slightly. So you love that review? Thumbs up and subscribe. More fascinating, interesting content, lots of moving hands and lots of fragrance reviews. Hope you're staying safe and well. See you soon.